Hi, I'm John. This is my show, A Sports Reckoning. So, Sports Card Radio is saying that they were sent a letter from an attorney of Ken Goldin's threatening legal action against them for things that they brought up in their videos and stuff, right? So, here, let me just show you this real quick. Let me play their video real quick.
Hobby hero Ken Goldin is threatening legal action against Sports Card Radio for 2 recent videos where it is alleged that Goldin, one of the owners of the largest auction houses in the industry, is said to have used the N-word in a dispute with employees of the community swimming pool.
Okay, so, now I'm going to show you Sports Card Radio. You guys got to step your game up and shit, right? Because your attack against these people is like timid, right? You attack them on a low-level thing, like, oh, he said the N-word, right? And then you're real timid in your statements against him, like you always say, well, it's alleged he did. Like, dude, there's no alleged. You've got a police report saying it. I mean, okay, so here's the other part. Even though you've got a police report stating that he made that accusation, you have to still say alleged because that's not the proof that you need. Now, I'm going to show you what hardcore proof is. And this is what I'm going to show you that none of these motherfuckers are going to dare to stand up against me because they all know that there is no way for them to win any kind of legal action against me because, first of all, I've got the evidence. First of all, I've got the evidence. And then the evidence of what I show leads to a place that they're not willing to go. They're not willing to get into this battle against me because I'm going to take it all the fucking way, right? And they're not willing to get into this battle against me. So this is what I'm going to show you here. Now look at, there's Goldin, and there's right next to it is roadshowcards.com. So Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow. That's what the roadshow is. That's Jimmy. Right? So who's right next to you? See right there, right next to Goldin is Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow, right? So this is like a list, I believe this is a list of sponsors that sponsored the trade night at the National this last year in the New Jersey of the National Card Show. So there was the trade night that's hosted by certain people, right? So one of the sponsors of that is Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow. It's Card Collector 2 they're the main two. It's Card Collector 2 and Jimmy's Roadshow. But there's other sponsors, and you can see that these sponsors are big name people in the sports card community. Like I said, there's Goldin right next to Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow. So what I'm showing you here is that this is guilt by association. Right? This is guilt by association. I'm going to show you how bad Jimmy is, right? I'm going to show you that he's associated with people like Goldin, and I'm going to show you that the same practices of what you're accusing Ken Goldin of for using the N-word, I'm going to show you that, and doesn't Ken Goldin appear to be goofy also? Doesn't he appear to have the characteristics of a pedophile? And here it is. It's like I full out come out and accuse Jimmy Kentucky Roadshow of being a pedophile and of grooming kids through the access to cards and stuff and luring the kids into his card shops and stuff like that by giving them gifts and stuff. But he's doing something else with them and he's touching these kids and he has this appearance that looks to me to be of an appearance of a person who would be a pedophile and seems to be grooming these children and stuff, right? And so when I look at Ken Goldin looks like the same way too. He's got that same goofy personality, right? So it's like, well, if they run around in the same circles and they act the same way, then why is it not justified for us to say that maybe Ken Goldin's a pedophile too, and maybe Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow that they're pedophiles, and maybe they've got some kind of weird pedophile ring operating within the sports card community, because doesn't their position as high-level people in the sports card community, doesn't that give them access and admiration from children? Of course, these children all admire these guys, right? And these guys have total access to the children because they're always at the card show where they're constantly, this whole community constantly is saying, bring your kids, we'll give them free stuff. And shit, right? They constantly are getting access to these kids. And then they get the kid, here, sign up to my certain thing, and give me your web address. So now he's got all this kid's personal information and stuff. Now he can build a private relationship with this kid outside of the attention of anybody. Nobody even knows what's going on. These guys are building relationships with children and shit that we don't even know what's going on. Okay, so like I said, this is guilt by association and shit, right? So I'm going to fast forward up to here. I'd have to find the right part and stuff. Let me see where they're at right here.
All I needed was a red flag, and I got it, and we're good to go.
Okay, so
I think the key is to remember the spirit of this.
Okay.
As you walk around, enjoy yourself. If you see a situation that's getting tense, come let us know, but try and calm it down. This is meant to be the joy of the hobby. It's not meant to be hardcore like dealer, like Brian Johnson. Nigga, what are you doing, right? Like that. I'll play. But
shout out to the Kentucky team for not laughing at that. Only my team, not that. Appreciate.
Okay, so as you can see right there, when he said that, he said the N-word, right? Not only did he say the N-word in public, he said it on camera right before they're about to open up the doors to the National Trade Night, right? So it's like, dude, so is it justified for me to say that Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow is racist against black people? Hell yeah, it's justified. He just used the N-word in public on video right before he's about to open up the doors to the trade show where they're all going to be celebrating the greatness of black athletes and shit, right? But he doesn't mind celebrating the greatness of black athletes because he gets to buy and sell these great athletes as like as being like a slave master, fucking slave trader, because like that shows the personality traits and the characteristics of what you find in Jimmy. It's like, yeah, he loves these black people because he gets to take their cards and sell them off, and he gets to use those cards to get attention and admiration from children and shit. This is a weird fucking circle of what's taking place here and shit, right? So like, just like I showed you, you said that Ken Goldin had used the N-word, okay? Well, I have Jimmy on tape using the N-word at an event that is co-sponsored by Ken Goldin. Ken Goldin, it's guilt by association. If Ken Goldin sponsored this event that's being orchestrated and organized by Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow, if Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow uses the N-word at that event, then that affects every single sponsor. That means that every sponsor, they all authorized, they all justified the use of the N-word from Jimmy because nobody stepped up and said, we're going to separate ourselves from Jimmy because he's shown himself to be a racist. Did you see any of those people do that? Did any of these people condemn Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow for using the N-word in public? Did anybody condemn him? Absolutely not. Did anybody cut ties with him financially? Absolutely not. If they did not condemn him, if they did not cut financial ties with him, that means that they are endorsing of him, and you can see that they're fully endorsing of him just because I showed you right there at the beginning who are the sponsors of the fucking trade night. These guys are all in bed together. It's guilt by association. And you're saying you're saying that Ken Goldin used the N-word, but you don't have the actual evidence to back it up. But I can show you that within the circles of who Ken Goldin associates with and the patterns of behavior that run around in these circles, that Jimmy's using the N-word in public, right? And Ken Goldin did not step up and denounce him to do that. What if Jimmy would have came in and used that same word, and if instead of saying these hardcore N-word people, right? What if he would have said watch out for some dirty J people, the people with the I want to say their names and stuff, right? Because I don't know what the right, like, see, you could say the N-word because people know what that is. But what do you say about the people that are like the bagel eaters, right? The people with the funny little hats that eat the bagels. I don't know what the right proper word is that's like not to use, that's like the slang term, not the actual derogatory, negative, racist term, but what's the slang term that we use to call those people? I don't even know because they're all like words you can't use. But like I'm just saying, in this same exact situation, because Ken Goldin, I'm assuming Ken Goldin's Jewish descent. Okay, so now I can say it in that context. I can use the word Jewish, that he's of a Jewish descent, right? That his racial, ethnic, or whatever it is. Okay, but so Ken Goldin did not step up and protect black people from being assaulted by Jimmy's derogatory, negative racial attack of what he just said at this event. Ken Goldin didn't step up and defend black people, right? But if Jimmy would have said, instead of using the word hardcore N-word people, if he would have said those dirty J people that are the same religion and race as the Ken Goldin, if he used those words, right, then what would have happened here? Would Ken Goldin still be associating with Jimmy? So no. So then that means that Ken Goldin has justified the use of the N-word from Jimmy because he did not cut ties, he didn't cut any financial ties with him after this occurred. But if he would have done that against the Jewish religion people, then you would have seen Ken Goldin would have denounced him and cut ties with him. And he would have denounced that, which means that Ken Goldin supports Jimmy's use of the N-word in public. He's guilty by association and shit, right? And then, like I said, Ken Goldin also appears to look goofy. He's got like the way he acts and stuff, he appears to be a guy that has pedophile tendencies. He looks to be the same kind of guy to me. He's got that pedophile behavior, like Jimmy's Roadshow, right? So here's one of the videos I had made about Jimmy and stuff. It's still on my page and stuff. So this is the video. I'm just going to play it, and this is me rambling on the video and stuff, right? So here we go. Let's play some of this. I'm not coming out saying Jimmy's Kentucky Roadshow is a pedophile just because of the way he's goofy and acts all nice and acts weird and shit. I'm not saying he's a pedophile because of that. What I'm saying is, when you see him interact with children, there's weird things going on, and he's touching on them. He should never, ever be touching on them. The way in which he's touching on these children, it looks to me like grooming tendencies of a pedophile. And look at how he's trying to build a closeness with this kid. And not only is he trying to build a closeness, he wants the kid to bring his friends over to the shop so they can get free cards, so Jimmy can build a relationship with them too. So am I wrong for talking about this? And FD is not doing anything to protect the children, but I'm here saying Jimmy did this. And if he did this and he's in this environment, he should be willing to stand up to be scrutinized on an extra heavy level, because we're here to protect kids. Are we not trying to protect kids, FD? If you're not trying to protect kids, it's like, well then, are you fucking sexually molesting some fucking kids too? Because you're sure as hell demanded that I did not fucking do this.
And this is not just a Christmas thing and while we're doing this now, this is forever.
See, right off the bat, he's trying to build an organization where he's going to give out free cards to kids and stuff. And like he says, this is not just something we're doing forever. This for Christmas, this is something we want to do forever. Yeah, Jimmy's trying to build up an organization where he's got easy access to children, and he's willing to give them cards to get this access. That's what he's doing. I don't care what you people think he's saying it is. The reality of what he just did is he's saying, I'm going to give free cards to kids, and I want you to build an organization forever so we can keep giving these free cards to kids so I can have access to children. That's what he fucking just said. That's what he's doing. I don't care what you think he said. That is what the actual effect of what it is that he's doing.
As long as the shop exists, right? But what we're starting today that I'm not running, he's running, is called the Rat Pack.
See, I'm not running, he's running it, because Jimmy, it's a lot harder for Jimmy to go out and hunt for like young tail, like, you know, when you're out being a predator trying to prey on young boys, that's not so easy to do, right? So if you're a predator wanting to prey on young boys, the best thing for you to do would get a young boy to go ahead and do it for you. You get a young kid to go out and do that for you. That's what he's doing here.
And for those old collectors that you probably smiling, you know the old Rat Packs. They used to be the hangers, what they're now called hangers, but it was 3 packs together. It's called a Rat Pack. And you guys can Google that. But the play on words is we are doing it as...
Just so too, there's the big famous Rat Pack. The Rat Pack is the Hollywood elite guys who are known for partying and drinking and having debauchery sexual adventures. The Rat Pack. So he's, we're going to call it the Rat Pack. Okay, well that's just like the Rat Pack. So what are you trying to do? You build a group of kids who want to have fun and party and stuff and have debauchery sexual adventures, because the name of what you chose links right up to that. It's the subtleties. This is the grooming subtleties of what I see appears to be a pedophile right in our presence.
As RAK Pack, so the hashtag RAK. The Random Acts of Kindness Pack. And the first member of this pack, this group, is this man.
Hands on him.
Who we love.
Rubbing his back.
He has got a heart.
See how, and he's always got a big heart. First puts his hand on his shoulder, then puts his hands on his back and starts rubbing his back. That's wrong. You're not allowed to fucking do that. And is FD standing up and saying, hey Jimmy, just so you know, that's right, you're not allowed to be touching kids. But he's not just touching kids here, he's endorsing this kid to go out and find other kids to organize them so that we can random acts of kindness and we can give them cards, and I'll do it as long, this isn't Christmas, this is forever. As long as my shop's here, I'm going to give you guys presents. As long as you let me put my hands on you.
Really fits in his body. So, no better person to start this Rat Pack, and I have championed him to go out and recruit and get other people to join this. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to supply the cards, and he is going to random act of kindness them out to the world with he and his friends.
I mean, do I need to show you any more? I'm getting him to go recruit kids as I'm going to supply the cards, and then he's going to go give them out to his friends, and he's sure as hell going to make sure he tells those kids, if you want some more of this, if you want some more presents, just go visit Jimmy. He's so nice. Okay, so that's enough of that video. So what I want to say too to Sports Card Radio is, see how Ken Goldin demanded that you remove your video and stuff, right? What happened here is that nobody's ever stood up to me and came and said, you need to stop making these accusations, because they understand that they can't win this battle, that this is a no-win situation for them. I've put them in a corner and they can't get out. They're painted into a corner, and there's no way out for them without causing fucking damage. So what happens is, my attack on them is so advanced because I've got the evidence to back it up, so I can make these hardcore fucking accusations. And how is Jimmy going to defend himself against these accusations when I've got the evidence to prove it right here? And so, like, what I'm saying is that Ken Goldin demanded you guys, Sports Card Radio, to remove your video. What happened is, I made these videos, Jimmy removed that video. I didn't demand that he remove the video. I didn't send him any legal action. He saw how guilty he looked in this video, and he removed it on his own. This video here that Jimmy had with this kid, he removed that video, right? Which kind of shows another side of guilt, that he's guilty. Instead of stepping up and defending himself and demanding that I stop making those accusations, he removed the video that I said that showed the evidence of his fucking pedophile behaviors. Instead of him standing up and saying, no, it doesn't, he removed the video. That's another fucking sign and admission of guilt, right? And when I show you like these people, like I said, like what I was showing you is that Ken Goldin's name is right next to, right there. There's Ken Goldin right next to the Roadshow. Goldin, Roadshow, right? So that's guilt by association. If Jimmy is guilty of using the N-word in public, if Jimmy's guilty of putting his hands and grooming children for pedophile behaviors, then why is Ken Goldin not guilty of it too? Because Sports Car Radio, you show me that he's got accusations of him about him using the N-word. And when you look at his behavioral patterns, he sure looks to be goofy and looks to me to be like a pedophile also. He looks to have those same characteristic traits of what I see the same thing in Jimmy, right? So right there, it's like guilt by association. So Sports Card Radio, you need to step your fucking game up and get into understanding the fucking evidence of what I'm showing, because I have real fucking evidence that can actually fucking damage these motherfuckers. Yeah, I want to damage these fuckers. I don't want these fucking racist, pedophile piece of shits running and controlling the fucking sports card community and demanding that people like me be shut down so I don't have a voice, an oppositional voice, to expose these fucking degenerates for what they really fucking are. Fuck these losers. Step your game up, Sports Card Radio. Actually affect the fucking community of which you're fucking participating in. Because right now, your guys' attack is low. Like I tell you guys are low budget. You're low level shit. You're not willing to fucking step up and really get in the ring. You try and act all bad, but somebody tells you to step in the ring and fucking really let's get it on. You guys don't fucking do shit. What did you do, Sports Car Radio? You blocked me. You blocked me. Right there shows what kind of fraud-ass, fake-ass bitch losers you are, you Stockton fucking morons. That's what you are. You're fucking losers. Because you're fucking as fake and as fraud as them. Because when I challenge you to step up and do something that really matters, you're punk-ass fucking bitch losers blocked me, you fucking frauds.